going on, guys? This is Vick Almighty, and today I got the A Ma Maniere Jordan 3 and the A Ma Maniere Jordan 4. If everything goes smooth, I should have a sick A Ma Maniere fusion between the 3 and the 4. There's a 50-50 chance that I might come out with a sick custom or ruin 2 good pairs of sneakers, but the second choice is not an option. This is my 3rd time making a Frankenstein, so I hope I have enough experience for this. Let's start deconstructing. To get it started, I'm gonna put the right shoes to the side and only focus on the left to save me some time. Now, my biggest concerns with this project is a couple different things. For example, I am gonna be using the Jordan 3 upper on the Jordan 4 sole. However, this part right here goes up way too high. When we look at the Jordan 3, I don't want it touching the stitching on that panel. It's roughly gonna go in this area, so the key is to keep that rubber area underneath the stitching. Another area that I'm concerned for is the back. As you can see on the Jordan 3 midsole, this part kind of dips down. There's gonna be a harsh glue line right there once I remove the midsole. On the Jordan 4 midsole, the midsole doesn't dip quite as much, so it's gonna be a challenge to cover up the original glue line on the Jordan 3. Another thing I wanna do, but might not be possible, is switching the back tabs. I wanna put the Jordan 4 back tab on the Jordan 3 upper. However, these two back tabs are two completely different shapes. I don't think this back tab is gonna fit over here. I'm gonna have to make that decision later at some point. To get it rolling, I'm gonna put this shoe to the side and only focus on the 4 for now. I'm only gonna be using the midsole and the sole for the most part on this project. However, on the upper, there's a lot of good parts that I can use for other projects or this project that I'm working on, such as the back tab, of course, the insole, the tongue, the wings, the plastic hardware, the netting. All that stuff is good for a future project. I'm gonna start by cutting everything off. I gotta be really careful taking out this back tab. I don't wanna cause any damage with the blade, especially when it comes close to the air letters. I gotta make sure this back tab is perfect if I'm gonna use it for the Jordan 3 upper. Before I can separate the uppers from the soles, I gotta remove the stitching from the toe box. All the parts are off. Not gonna lie, this is pretty painful to see, but gotta do what we gotta do. Next, we're gonna go outside, dump some acetone on the inside of the sneaker. I don't wanna pour too much because I don't wanna ruin the paint job on the midsole. Once I pour it in, I'm gonna bring it back inside, put the steamer inside. Hopefully the upper slides right off. What the f, dude? Is this thing f***ing warped? I've never seen this happen before. All right, so at the moment, the midsole's pretty warped. I'm hoping once it fully dries, it goes back to its original shape. So you can see with the air bubble, it's kind of dipping down. It's also very bubbly. I'm really hoping this goes away. Otherwise, this might be scrapped. At the moment, I have the midsole sitting next to a fan outside. I'm really hoping it goes back to its original shape. Otherwise, I'm gonna have to come up with a plan B, and that just means more work. So in the meantime, I'm gonna get to work on the Jordan 3. First things first, taking out the laces and insole and go straight to removing the stitching from the toe cap to start separating the uppers from the soles. Oh, that's sick. It's a detail I didn't know about. If you see inside, it says, while you were sleeping. First things first, I'm gonna grab some blue tape. Section by section, I'm gonna start separating the sole from the upper. In this case, I am gonna be destroying the midsole. It just doesn't hold up throughout this process. I'm gonna be using a flathead screwdriver and a heat gun. I'm gonna heat it up for about 2 minutes. Then, little by little, slide it in between the upper and the midsole and start prying it off. The blue tape is a must throughout this process. You don't want the screwdriver touching the upper because it'll cause damage. Freaking finally. This took about 3 hours to do. It looks perfect. The upper is fully saved. The midsole, however, is still in pretty good condition. I could probably use this for a future project. In order to get the upper off with ease from the midsole, I had to leave the lasting board behind, but that's okay. For this project, I don't need it. I'm gonna put this to the side because we're not done with the deconstructing. I'm gonna grab the blade once again and remove the tongue. tongue is off. Now for this next step, it's something that I've been debating in my head for a really long time, way before I even started this project. I want to remove the Jordan 3 back tab and replace it with the forward tab. Like I mentioned, it's a completely different shape. Once I install it, it's not gonna fit at all. I'm gonna have to finesse it. I shouldn't be pushing my luck with this project. It's already been pretty sketchy, but something's telling me I should try it. So I'm gonna carefully remove this Jordan 3 back tab. Hopefully, it all works out. I think I made the right decision. I believe I could make this work, but at the moment, this is a problem for later. I'm gonna put this stuff to the side. My day just got a lot better. Let me show you something. So you can see right here on the midsole, back to its original shape. For a second there, I really thought I ruined this midsole. It was looking pretty bad, something I've never seen before. Luckily, it went back to its original state. If this ever happens to you, put it next to a fan, let it dry. Hopefully, you have the same luck as I do. So far, I'm on a roll. The sole is good. Same thing with the back tab. Let's keep it moving. The next step is to start putting the upper on the Jordan 4 sole to start figuring out the alignment. At the moment, it's pretty off, but I think I can make this work. There's a lot of material on the upper that I'm not gonna need that's kind of getting in the way. I'm gonna grab some scissors and cut a little bit of the material at a time to start making it fit on the soles. Just by cutting all that extra material made a huge difference. It sits on the Jordan 4 sole a lot nicer. Now it's not quite perfect. I still need to go in and create a new glue line. But first, I'm gonna do some skiving. There's a lot of old glue and old polyurethane that's kind of getting in the way. Real quick, I'm gonna shave all that off. Got all the old glue and polyurethane out of the way. We're done with the prep work for now. For this next process, I'm gonna get ready to install the new back tab onto the shoe. First, I gotta add simulated stitching to the tab and onto the sneaker, but I'm gonna start with the tab first. Got some black thread here and a needle. Basically what I'm gonna do is reapply all the stitching onto the tab. This looks perfect. All I did was follow the original holes. I gotta redo the exact same process on the shoe. On this gray suede panel, I removed all the stitching in order to remove the tab. I gotta reapply the stitching. I went to Joann's, got some gray thread. It's a perfect thickness, however, it's way too light. What I'm gonna do next is grab a sneaker stainer from Foxtrot Uniform, Nat Gray. I'm gonna get a piece of thread, put it on a towel, and simply color it in to get a darker tone. Once I get the tone that I want, I'm gonna sew it onto the shoe. Stitching is fully complete. This took a few hours, but it's looking good. Now, before I can install this tab onto the shoe with some glue, I gotta roughen up this area with a Dremel. This is gonna create a better bond. Now, typically when I'm installing a Jordan 3 tab on a Jordan 3 upper, I simply just Dremel inside the stitch lines. In this case, since I'm using a Jordan 4 tab, it's a different shape. I'm gonna install it inside the shoe, exactly where it's gonna go. Once I like the placement of the back tab, I'm gonna grab a pen, make some lines on the side, and then Dremel inside those areas. All right, this is ready to go. Before I lay down some glue, I'm gonna take a break from this step and jump over to the tongues. This is the original A Ma Maniere Jordan 3. This is gonna be the replacement. This is obviously from the Jordan 4. This is gonna look smooth with the Jordan 3 upper, especially because of the quilted sock liner. It goes perfectly with the rest of the Jordan 3. First, I'm gonna place it inside the shoe. I don't want it to sit way too high, because that'll look awkward, or way too short, because that'll look ugly. It's gotta be perfect. Once again, I'm gonna grab my pen. Once I like where it's at, I'm gonna make a line right here, lay down some glue, then go to the post-it machine, lock it in by reapplying the stitching right in this area. All right, glue's been applied. One detail I really want to show you guys is the fabric they use on the vamp area on the inside. This is something you're never going to see, but it's really cool to see that Jordan Brand did not skimp out on the details. They used the A Ma Maniere fabric print. In the meantime, the glue's got to cure. I don't want to waste any time, so I'm going to put this to the side for now and get to work on the soles. Gotta do some dremeling to remove all the old glue. Dremeling is all done, old glue is fully off. These are ready for some new glue. I'm gonna put this to the side because we're not there yet. I'm gonna heat it up, stick it onto the shoe, and then with the post bed, lock it in. Shoes coming together, the tongue's in place. Now let's get back to the back tabs. Last night before I left, I laid down a coat of glue on the back tab and on the upper. I'm gonna lay down a second coat of bar super stick on both areas once again. I want this bond to be as strong as possible. I'm gonna lay it down, let it cure before I stick it together. Here's where I'm at. Got the tongues in place. I'm pretty close to installing the back tab, but I'm gonna hold off on that for just a second. What I wanna do next is get the alignment of the upper and the sole on point. This part's gonna be extremely tricky. There's a couple areas that I'm really concerned with. Last week I met with my boy Christian. He helped me with some mock-ups for this project. During that process, I talked to him about some areas that I was really concerned with, such as this back area right here. I gotta get the Jordan 4 sole to cover up that original glue line. Over here on this side, the rubber area can't go past the stitch line. I also have to cover up all the roughed up areas on the upper. The center area has to line up nicely. On the opposite side, there's a lot of roughed up areas that's got to get covered up by the midsole. And on the back, everything's got to line up nicely. So for this process, I'm going to press down on the shoe, make sure everything's lined up and centered properly. Once I feel confident, I'm going to lay down some marks so I know exactly where to lay down my glue. This is going to make or break the project. I think that's money. At this point, there's no going back. Next step is use a Dremel to roughen up the material. I really hope I didn't Dremel too much. At this point, I gotta see it through. I'm gonna apply the glue onto the upper, onto the sole, let it cure for a few hours so we can stick everything together. All right, uppers are good to go. Let's move on to the soles. Glue's all cured. Before I put the soles onto the uppers, I'm gonna start with the back tabs. This part, I only have one shot at it, so I gotta make it count. First, I'm gonna slide it into the shoe, make sure it's perfectly centered, then I'm gonna heat it up to get it fully intact. All right, good to go with that. The back tab lined up nicely. Now before I go in and apply more glue to shut this piece down, I'm gonna move on to the soles. This is the part where I'm really nervous. I'm hoping everything works out. As always, I'm gonna start with the front, work my way to the back, do the sides. I only got one shot at this. Midsole's on there. In a bit, I'll show you how good it came out. We're back to the back tabs though. I also laid down some more glue on the inside right here to shut this piece down. I'm gonna lay down some tape, lay down some more bar super stick, let it cure, then I'll shut everything together. For this, I'm gonna go ahead and press down on the tab to make sure everything lines up nicely. Perfect. Before I can move on to some other details, I gotta reapply the stitching to the toe cap. For this, I'll be using the sewing awl. We're back to the back tab area. All I have to do to finish this process is use some Andrews leather filler. I'm just gonna go in and fill the original holes from the original Jordan 3 back tab. While the leather filler is drying, I'm gonna move on to one more step. I got the A Ma Maniere button from the Jordan 4. I'm gonna place it onto the shoe. Using a Dremel, I'm gonna drill 2 holes in this area right here, put a little bit of glue, and stick it inside. Holes are in place. Now to lock it in, I'm gonna apply some glue onto the button and onto the upper, let it cure, then we'll stick it together. The key is to not put a lot of glue because it'll create a mess fast. All right, so all that's left to do before I lace it up is to finish up this back area. First, I'm gonna touch it up with some alcohol prep pads. I'm gonna wipe off the remaining leather filler to get it nice and smooth. After that, touch it up with some black paint and we should be good to go. All right, that looks really good. All the old holes are covered up. All that's left to do is to lace it up. All right, guys, that's gonna bring us to an end on these custom A Ma Maniere Jordan 3 and 4 mashup Frankenstein. I honestly don't even know what to call these, but I'm so happy, so proud, and impressed with how this custom turned out. A lot of work went into these. There's a lot of things I did on this custom that I've never done before. I don't wanna say I'm the first person to combine the Jordan 3 and the Jordan 4. It's probably been done in previous years, or it's been done at Nike headquarters. It's one of those things where you just don't know what you're looking at. It could be a Jordan 3, but then you start seeing Jordan 4 parts, or vice versa. This is a custom that has so many challenges from the very beginning before I even started this project. Overall, this custom turned out great. I can't wait to display it. Another thing I want to do that I don't think is going to work out as clean as this shoe right here is do the A Ma Maniere 4 upper with the Jordan 3 sole with both of these shoes. The thing is, I don't think it's going to work out as clean as this version, but if you guys want to see it, let me know in the comment section down below and I might give it a try. For now, I can't wait to display this shoe in the studio. I have a bunch of other parts from the shoe for future projects. Thanks to everyone that tuned in to the end of this video. I got a special promo code for you guys. Use promo code FUSION20 to save 20% off your next rejuvenated order, but it's only good for the next 24 hours. This is Vick Almighty. I'll catch you guys next Monday. See you guys.